Please subscribe my channel. It was long after midnight, and the spot next to me in bed was still empty. Emily, my wife of 6 years, had said she would be back home by midnight after her so-called night out with the girls. I tried to keep my mind busy, watching the clock, scrolling on my phone, but the real worry kept pushing in. By 2 a.m., my calls went straight to voicemail. By 3 a.m., the house felt quiet except for the noise of my footsteps as I walked back and forth. A husband can sense when something is off. Deep inside, I already understood this night had nothing to do with friends. It was about cheating. When the sun finally came up, the nervous feeling in me had turned into real doubt. 6 years of marriage, faithfulness, and trust, and here I was staring at my phone like an idiot, hoping for even a tiny bit of truth. At 10 a.m., it vibrated. I opened her message, wishing for some kind of reason. Instead, the words hit me hard. Morning, babe. Crashed at Sarah's. Don't be mad. Love you. That was all. So casual, so rude, so full of attitude. No sorry, no explanation, no sign of regret. She wasn't even concerned about how I felt. That one text told me the whole story. The more I looked at it, the more furious I got. Don't be mad wasn't an apology, it was an order. Love you wasn't caring, it was a trick. It was the type of message you send when you believe the other person is too soft to challenge you. She figured I would accept it like always, but this time it woke me up. That message decided everything for her. I remembered an Uber receipt I had noticed a few weeks before in her email. She forgot to sign out of the laptop. It showed a drop-off at a boutique hotel downtown in Austin. That morning, I drove over there. A quick, polite talk with the person at the front desk made it clear. She had checked in the night before, and she wasn't by herself. My heart didn't break. It turned cold. There's a big difference between guessing about cheating and holding real proof in your hands. I wasn't upset anymore. I was over it. When Emily came home that evening, she walked in with the proud look of someone who thought she had fooled everyone. Fresh makeup, 4 smiles, and stories about Sarah feeling unwell. She looked right at me and lied like it was the easiest thing in the world. I nodded, went along with it, and even gave her a kiss on the forehead. She believed I was still the same husband she could trick. What she didn't realize was that I was already planning how things would end for her. The next night, I asked her parents to come over for dinner. They always liked me a lot and kept telling Emily how fortunate she was. She looked a little surprised by the last-minute invite, but didn't ask why. I grilled steaks, served wine, and laughed at her dad's old army stories. Everything seemed normal until I stood up, hooked my laptop to the TV, and opened a folder called The Truth. Screenshots, receipts, hotel records, and finally her cocky morning text appeared on the big screen. Her parents' faces showed more pain than anything I could have said. Her mom gasped and covered her face in embarrassment. Her dad's look turned hard with anger and disappointment. Emily started to stammer, trying to come up with excuses that fell apart in the quiet room. I didn't yell. I just said calmly, I gave you my loyalty. You gave me lies and betrayal. We're finished. Those words hit harder than any shouting ever could. I went upstairs, picked up the bag I had packed earlier, and walked to the door. Emily ran after me, tears running down her face, her voice cracking as she begged me to stay. It was just one mistake. Please don't ruin everything. But I kept going. A mistake doesn't book a hotel room. A mistake doesn't send a rude text like that. This wasn't an accident, it was a decision, and I had made mine. The next morning, I locked our shared bank accounts, called a lawyer, and protected everything I had built. Emily kept trying, calls, texts, even coming to my workplace, but I didn't let her twist the facts. With all the proof I had, the divorce went fast and strongly in my favor. The law supported me, and so did the truth. Her world fell apart quickly. Friends she used to show off to started avoiding her completely. Gossip spread at her job. Whispers about late nights at the hotel that no excuse could stop. Even her parents, who always backed her wild choices before, wouldn't support her now. And the guy she risked everything for disappeared as soon as things got real, leaving her alone with the mess she created. She didn't stop messaging me, though. Some texts were mad. Some begged for help. Some acted like we could still fix it. I never answered because there was no need. She had already ended our story the second she sent that careless morning message. That was the day she proved how little our marriage meant to her. That was the day I stopped being her husband. Months later, when I thought back, I felt only relief. She thought that text would calm me down. Instead, it set me free. Emily lost her husband, her parents' respect, and the safe life she always took for granted. I lost nothing. In fact, I gained clear thinking, inner strength, and the chance to build a new life without any lies. She expected me to forgive. She expected me to forget. Instead, I walked away, and her own thoughtless words sealed her fate forever.